Himachal Pradesh is a northern Indian state in the Himalayas. It's home to scenic mountain towns and resorts such as Dalhousie. Host to the Dalai Lama, Himachal Pradesh has a strong Tibetan presence. This is reflected in its Buddhist temples and monasteries, as well as its vibrant Tibetan New Year celebrations. The region is also well known for its trekking, climbing, and skiing areas.
Himachal has enough resource to generate surplus power, but in winter, less flow of water in rivers and increase in lighting and heating load can result in power shortages that overshoot 10 lakh units per day. Due to increased industrialization and rural electrification, this figure is expected to rise even further. Himachal Pradesh State Electricity Board, which was constituted on 1st September 1971 in accordance with the provision of Electricity Supply Act 1948 and has been recognized as Himachal Pradesh State Electricity Board Limited 2010 under Company Act 1956. Major source for power generation in Himachal Pradesh is hydropower followed by other non-conventional sources of energy. Himachal Pradesh is blessed with significant potential for hydroelectricity generation due to thawing of glaciers and frozen lakes. Himachal Pradesh is extremely rich in its hydroelectricity resource. The state has about 25% of the national potential. About 27.43 G of hydroelectrical power can be generated in the state by construction of various hydroelectrical projects on the 5 perennial river basins.
Kerala, a state on India's tropical Malabar coast, has nearly 600 km of Arabian Sea shoreline. It's known for its palm-lined beaches and backwaters, a network of canals. Inland are the Western Ghats mountains whose slopes support tea, coffee and spice plantations as well as wildlife. National parks like Iravikulam and Periyar plus Wayanad and other sanctuaries are home to elephants, lango monkeys and tigers.
Kerala State Electricity Board is a public sector undertaking under the Government of Kerala, India, that generates, transmits and distributes the electricity supply in the state. Established in 1957, the agency comes under the authority of the Department of Power. It has been registered under Indian Companies Act during January 2011. Kerala State Electricity Board tariff consists of different components. The charge levied on consumers include fixed charge, meter rent, energy charge, fuel surcharge, electricity duty and applicable local taxes. KCB follows a slab system in which a consumer using up to 250 units per month will have a telescopic tariff. This means that the first 50 units will be charged at a lower rate, with the rates increasing progressively for subsequent 50 units.
In Kerala state and Karnataka, people usually use sari to catch rainwater and thus employing various processes of rainwater harvesting, such as catchment, transport and filtration by using sari. A makeshift arrangement, the traditional method of rainwater harvesting is deployed for 3 months of monsoon in some heavy rainfall areas. Well water availability has been falling across India, and in Kerala it fell by 10 percentage point to 62% in the decade ending 2011. In 2008, the district administration of Thrissur initiated Mazhapolima, a scheme to recharge wells through rooftop rainwater harvesting. Over a decade, the scheme has benefited more than 100,000 people, and its success has promoted the state government to extend it to all districts.
Kerala receives an average annual rainfall of 3000 mm. Yet the state faces severe water scarcity between February and mid-May every year. Wells go dry in many places, and water become unavailable to thousands of people. The situation is expected to persist in the coming years too. It is estimated that Kerala needs 5,823 million cubic meters of water. 1 cubic meter is 1000 liters. Additionally, over the existing resources every year to meet its needs. About 5% of the population in urban areas and 80% in rural areas depend on open wells for the domestic water needs in the state. On the basis of hydrological and technical as well as social and cultural conditions, appropriate techniques for RWH are developed, discussed and evaluated. The main objective is to analyze the technical and economic feasibility as well as the affordability for future uses. The topmost priority of the present study was to weigh out the source of water for meeting minimum critical water needs of vegetable crops and the maintenance of nutritional gardens.
On rainwater harvesting under rain-fed conditions of Hamirpur district of Himachal Pradesh are being described on the basis of hydrological and technical as well as social and cultural conditions. Appropriate technique for RWH are developed, discussed and evaluated. The main objective is to analyze their technical and economical feasibility as well as their affordability for future users. The topmost priority of the present study was to weigh out of the source of water for meeting minimum critical water needs of vegetable crops and maintenance of nutritional garden. In details, 2 small-scale RWH systems are examined.